I looked at this guy and I was like,
my God,
you're my idol.
He's a fucking
Literally,
beast.
you're my idol. I looked at him and I was like, this is everything I want to be as a centre back.
Everything.
Everything. The season ended, so I
Yeah.
wanted to do like a recap of like everything that's going on in the season so far.
Okay.
You got a favourite team at the moment?
Golden State Warriors.
Oh, come on. Are you jumping on the bandwagon? You're one of those guys.
Man, them that know me, like they know me good. Like they know, like I really don't fuck with Hendo. I really don't fuck with Hendo. Like, and on top of that, I'm the young buck. Why the fuck should I be the best player? Like I'm 18, 19, and you lot want to put the whole club on my shoulders. Like, no, I want to go over there where I can learn something. We think we know sport.
Yo, good evening. Welcome to another episode of We Think We Know Sports. It's the show where a bunch of couch fans sit around, discuss the highlights and lowlights of sports, wrapped up in a bunch of bullshit and banter. You know. Now let's get to our show. But before I actually get into the show now, I just want to give a shout out to fairofthinking.com, obviously. They got a drop 6 coming out. If you haven't seen it already, check out Fear of Thinking, at Fear of Thinking on Instagram, fairofthinking.com. Illustrations are done by Jason IA on Instagram. Yeah, it's combining art and fashion and bringing two worlds together. I'm wearing one right now, but I got bare pieces, I'm not going to lie, so they're wavy for me. But yeah, that's our little sponsor here, little promo. Without further ado, let's get into our sports, and we think we know sports. Today's a personal, special one for me, I'm not going to lie. I got today someone I consider a brother, someone I grew up with. We have a lot of familiar interests, and we get along, man. We get along. That's my bro.
Yeah, sure.
Mr. Nimrod.
That's good, okay.
Yeah, fam. So obviously, Nim was in my brother's year, and obviously I looked up to them, man. Those were the man. Them.
That year above, 2 years above,
3
years above,
3 years above. Yeah, man. Those are the man. Them. So yeah, obviously there's a lot of them. Shouts out you, man. But obviously we got Nim here today because he wanted to talk some basketball as well.
Yep.
Just a quick background. Me and Nim play for the same team. Shouts out Southgate Olympic.
Yep.
Yeah, remember them days?
2 years.
Nim was our gaffer. He coached us for a year.
The second year.
And
Gaffer first year was Tez.
do you wanna let's step into that little thing for a bit. Objectively,
Yep.
what is Idris like as a player?
A good defender.
Okay.
Sometimes a bit.
I think that I can be shaky on my day. I can be
Sometimes.
shaky. I can make a poor decision. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing?
But more importantly, you're a team player. And to be honest, we signed you as a centre back, but you end up playing in goal.
And we were gonna go there.
Anyone that runs a Sunday or Saturday league team knows that goalkeeper is one of the most mythical positions ever.
Wow, it's crazy. And while we were playing it, I was thinking, why don't more people try? Because I feel like that's somewhere that you can actually become a footballer.
Yeah.
It's probably one of the most easiest positions to try and break into, sort of thing,
True,
isn't it?
True.
But no one seems to give it that much of an effort. To be honest, we had that kid, I can't remember his name now.
Yeah. What was that first season, second season?
I think it was first season, and then he
season.
just didn't have the pressure, and he was just like, I can't do this no more.
And he was good, man.
He was all right.
He was good.
If he carried on and he progressed and learned his role, whatever, I think he would have done all right, to be honest. It wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I feel like that was a good analysis of what I bring to the game still. But how did you find coaching Southgate?
I thought it was a tough job to take over.
Oh yeah, you need to get Taz on. We need to get Taz on here as well, fam.
Definitely need to get Taz
We need to get Taz on here because Taz did a good job as well, fam.
Yeah,
for
sure. So I thought it was a tough job to take over, but I thought we definitely needed a second crack at
with that team.
I
thought that team had potential, it had talent, it had everything we needed.
Yeah, so I didn't want us to break up. So it was just a thing of like, if someone's gonna take over, why not me? So I took over, and the second year we had a good run. We had a good run in the cup. We had a good run in the league. Everything started off good.
Did we go like semis or something?
We got to the semis, innit? Yeah. I flipping I passed it back to you.
Something like that.
Passed it back to the keeper and the guy like intercepted it and scored a goal. It was
if I can defend you a little bit, I feel like that was a real muddy day. And I feel like the ball was just slipping and sliding. Like it was one of them.
It wasn't a good day, but both of us are playing them. I'm not going to make excuses. It wasn't a good day, but we had a good run. I think we had a good run. We had a good year, and it ended
sourly.
Ended sourly. It wasn't great, but
just between you and I hated playing in goal. I fucking couldn't stand it.
Quick question: how do you analyze me as a player?
As a player,
yeah,
a team player. Sometimes I find you're like a bit like a Dani Alves or a Jordi Alba, whereby like you forget your defensive responsibilities on the sense that you're bombing forward so much. Yeah, on a Sunday league, I find that whenever I've played, I've never had that person that bombs forward from the wing back, and it always bugged me because it's like, you're wing back, bro, go! Like that's your job. Yeah. So I felt like you did that bit. You did your part in the sense that you seemed unhappy in your position for a while still. Like, I remember you were like, I don't want to play here, but I'm going to play here still.
Yeah.
You put in a shift every week.
No one else could, really.
Yeah, you put in a shift every week. Yeah. You really made a mistake in terms of costing us. I just felt like you weren't utilised to your full potential, if that does make sense.
I think so as well. But in terms of that position, I thought we didn't really have great options there. So
we didn't.
And other positions we had decent options, especially up front, especially in the front line. I thought the front line was covered. So I thought that's good enough. So
very true.
Talking between the management team was just like, cool, I'll play there. No problem.
think that was the only position we didn't have.
Yeah, like strong.
Left back was Dirk.
Yeah,
and then the centre backs, there was quite a few of us.
Yeah.
Then obviously I don't think we had a right back, and then obviously we had our centre mid.
There was one game I played right back, and it was beautiful. We had Dom TD at defensive mid. I think I forget who the centre backs. I know obviously it was Derek at fullback, because obviously I don't know who the centre backs, because obviously rotated centre backs. Yeah. But it was beautiful because I would bump forward as you know, and Dom will fill in. Like Derek would do his thing, Dom will fill in.
See, on that basis, I was having a conversation with a mate. I think it was yesterday or the day before. We were talking about La Masia. So you know the Barcelona academy there? Yeah. And it was like, them men are taught to be footballers, not football players. Does that make sense? Like people are taught to just play. Like Theo Walcott is a football player. Like he's just taught run down the wing and cross it. Whatever happens, sort of thing. These men are taught. All right, when your fullback goes, you have to go fill in that space for this reason, etc., etc. Like it's a deeper understanding of the game. And I feel like we lack that education here, because you said that Dom did it, but me personally, when I played at centre back as well, Dom held it. So Dom would hold that position, but Leon held that position. But after that, it was like the gap between midfield and the centre backs was just massive.
But do you know why? Both of those players are players that have played. Dom, I'm describing that game. He's playing in the defensive mid position. He's a centre back.
Yeah.
Lee plays in the defensive mid position, but he can play centre back as well. They both understand
each role. They
both
100%.
understand both of the roles, so they understand if there is a deficit in the back, I have to drop. I have to stay.
I feel like I feel like that's what maybe let us down at Southgate. People understanding their roles in certain positions. I guess. Yeah. We did have a bit of that. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But
I, one thing I can say, I definitely thought I never saw the first team. Never saw the first team.
Oh, the first that top team.
They were
what were we, third, right?
We were third or something, fourth or something. I can't remember, but one thing I can say for sure is that we were the best team. I was confident about that. I was confident about beating any one of the Southgate teams.
Done though.
Like any one of the Southgate teams. Like I was definitely confident about that. But yeah, it was a good run. It was a good run.
Do you know what? I miss Sunday league, like weekend football.
I haven't played for a while.
Since Southgate, I haven't played again, and part of me misses that. Like
for sure.
Even though there's like, personally, there were some games I'd go home and I'd be, bruv, Southgate Olympics, the first team I ever held a 6-0. I was fuming. 6-0 me, you know.
Like, bro, me and Dom will go back and just literally talk about it for hours.
6-0.
Like,
I can't believe I'm so bad. It could give me massive lows, but then when we'd win, the highs would be like, aye, yes, man, then we won this.
Everyone's heart was so much in it, though.
Yeah, it was.
Everyone's heart was so in it, you know. So
because it was a collective thing, like we all knew each other personally, like everyone had like someone grown up,
and it was one of those things that all of us have kind of like dreamed of, like a team
with all of us, like,
you know. So it was like
it was working, man. It was happening, but I felt we needed better structure.
Yeah, it would have worked better if there was an older figure.
Yeah, like a senior figure, someone that we all trusted as well, and that could guide us. And I feel like we would have done well.
Yeah, I think so as well.
But let's continue. Your favorite sport?
Football and basketball.
If I had to give you one to pick,
if I have to pick one for the rest of my life, I have to choose football.
Okay.
I'm raised in this country.
I'm that as well.
Raised in this country, and you can't run away from it. So
literally, it's part of our lives, man. We grew up with it. I haven't
watched football for about 4 or 5 months. Been heavy watching basketball, but I'm always like in tune with what's going on.
Oh yeah.
You
But
know, it's like one of those things like you can't really.
That's with social media and stuff like that's what it is now, isn't it? You can easily keep in touch, like.
And even if it's not that, like, you run into someone and you have a conversation. What team do you support? And as soon as you say whatever team you support, they start talking about the results and everything. So even if you're not aware of what's going on, someone's going to tell you what's going on. So
very true. But so you say basketball. You got a favorite team at the moment?
Golden State Warriors.
Ah, come on! Are you jumping on the bandwagon? You're one of those guys.
It's one of those things where the first team I ever kind of like fell in love with was Golden State Warriors.
Okay, how recent is this then?
The first championship.
The first ring.
Yeah, the first Steph Curry
ring. Man, that's the poor ring though. That's the shit ring.
It's the one, the unexpected one. It's the unexpected one.
No, that was expected. In my opinion. With no Kyrie, no Kevin Love.
No Kyrie, no Kevin Love, but no one expected Golden State to be there.
No, those Splash
those
Splash Brothers are something special, man.
No one knew it at that time, though. No one knew it at that time, and that's
was
the
that
thing.
Steph's
the whole reason I watched
season?
that game is because I knew LeBron James. I wasn't even paying attention. It's one of those things where you just watch it because it's on. I was probably making a beat or something. Like, to be brutally honest, like Super Bowl, I've watched it for years, but I'm always doing something else while I'm watching it.
Agreed.
It's just always like every time it comes on, I'm watching it.
I think because they started showing it on BT, obviously everyone had easier access to it. So
Yeah.
But okay, the Warriors, we'll go there.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of the Warriors. I don't really like them.
He's beautiful.
That's what it comes down to, but we'll get there later, I guess. Or we can do it now if you want. But it's like, I don't really follow a team too tough. Like, more follow players, like, and I enjoy watching a player rather than
I understand.
A team.
I understand. I'm the same. So,
like, I like Kyrie Irving, but I don't like Kyrie Irving in the Boston system.
We can talk about it now, but I have an opinion on that. I definitely have.
We went in our basketball section. We'll go there, innit?
Alright, cool.
Give me your male and female sporting influences.
It depends on what sport. To be brutally honest
anything.
With you.
Top one.
In terms of male, in terms of female, it's Serena Williams. I think she's the greatest.
I think she's winning at the moment. I think she's got like 4 votes or some shit. Like, she's definitely holding it down, boy.
Yeah, I think she's the standard for female athletes. No matter what sport you're playing, you kind of look to her as like
the pinnacle. Yeah,
the pinnacle of athleticism.
Agreed.
Male is in personal influence. It's hard to say. In terms of like the best athlete, I think.
I mean, it's personal, isn't it? Like, for me, somewhat like it's like a Stevie G film. Like,
Stevie G's my favorite
because like it's not necessarily. Oh, actually,
it's favorite personal. It's like
it will either be Stevie G or Kobe Bryant, because Kobe Bryant is mad fucking intelligent as well. Fam.
For me, it's
more about
influence on me. Stevie G and Dino.
Yeah,
like
I feel you.
Dino's wave was so amazing.
Yeah, I think Dino's a good shout still.
Like, so it was like And he influenced everyone's game in one way, shape, or form.
He influenced a generation.
Yeah.
He changed the game of football. Like Jogger Benito started becoming a thing. They were making adverts and they were doing all kinds of madness, fam.
Yeah, and it was like Dino was a wave. Like I remember that Dino and Stickman advert. Like the Nike Stickman advert and the Stickman, Dino was doing theirs. Doing tricks with the Stickman.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Like, you know, like it
was crazy.
Wavy. It was wavy. Like
Dino's a good shot still. And you said you had this one. Get rid of one team in the world. Could be from any sport.
Yeah.
You have to get rid of them. Just wipe them off. Who would it be?
If I deep it, I can't escape thinking of Man United.
Yes, that's what I want to hear, fam.
I can't.
I hate United.
I'm thinking of all different sports. I'm thinking of
that's what I'm like. That's what I was
like. I can't escape the answer of Man United. So it's like, yeah, man. Like, but at the same time, it's like the rivalry we have is beautiful, and it's like it is nice to have that thing there. So if I take it away, it's like, who's there?
That's what I think Ali was saying on the last pod. He was like, you need that rivalry. You need someone to like challenge you.
Yeah.
Like Barcelona have got Real Madrid and et cetera. But I heard that. But I want to be number one in it, and United took that spot, so fuck them.
Yeah, but it's like I still feel comfy in our position, and don't get me wrong, it's not nice being number two, but it's like we have things that plenty of people are envious about and wish they had.
100%.
And don't ever get me wrong, they ain't gonna be there forever. Like, they ain't gonna be there forever.
I don't think so.
That Jose circus was beautiful to watch. So I just hope long live this Ole Gunnar Solskjaer guy. Let's see how it goes.
I think he might do all right, man.
I want to see.
I'm a bit worried.
I want to see, because this is a new Premiership. This is not the Premiership of old, and it's like a lot of things are changing.
It is. That's very true.
You know, a lot of things are changing. Like,
should we start with our football section then?
Yeah, let's go.
That was a little segue there. Champions League just happened.
Yeah.
You did say obviously you haven't watched much football recently.
Yeah.
Not sure if you know what happened.
I'm aware. Liverpool
1-2-0.
Yeah.
Spurs won,
Yeah.
which was a surprise because City are looking a bit shaky, and they were on that run to the quadruple.
Yeah.
So that's a bit of a thing. Spurs ain't lost in their new stadium.
City ain't winning no quadruple, by the way.
You think so?
Never.
It's possible.
Never. They ain't never gonna win no quadruple.
We'll see what happens in that second leg. I don't see why not.
It's never gonna happen.
How can you say that?
They'll crumble every single time. I want one of them. They just don't have it in them. Trust me, man.
If there's any team that looks capable, I'd say it's them.
For sure. If I was to bet on any team, probably, but I'll lose my money.
Personally, I don't think any team will get as close as City are right now. They're in the FA Cup final. They're still pretty much top of the league.
Yeah.
They're one result away from a semi-final, basically, in Champions League.
Yeah.
Because they can turn that around. I feel like they will turn it around, personally.
Against Tottenham.
Yeah. I feel like going back to the Etihad, I reckon they can get 2 goals. I don't think that's that hard.
So what, they losing 2-0?
They lost 1. They lost 1-0.
1-0.
At the Spurs' new ground.
Okay.
And they've got to go back to the Etihad for the second leg.
Yeah.
2 goals? I can see that happening.
Yeah.
Come on. They've been smashing teams for 6 and shit. Like, come on.
Yeah.
I can see that
that's
happening.
the thing about City and Liverpool and this race.
And that's why Liverpool, in my opinion, have to keep the pressure on. Because the moment we fall off a little bit, they're going to feel like that quadruple is ours.
For me, it's tough. It's tough, and the reason why I haven't even watched it is because I'm so traumatized of years from the past. So because I'm so traumatized from years of the past, it's like I can't really invest.
I feel you.
know,
The pain hurts.
I can't really invest.
I know exactly what you mean.
This is the best Liverpool team I've ever seen, bro. Like the best Liverpool team I have ever seen.
I question it.
Who can you question? And what team can you compare it with?
That SAS team was real fun to watch, bro.
It was fun to watch, and it was amazing, and it was sick. But it was like we had like huge deficiencies,
Yeah,
and they were clear to see. Like
it was like every game was a Every game
You
I was just like, my anxiety was just on a million. You didn't know whether you were going to get a Luis Suarez masterclass or a Dejan Lovren and Simon Mignolet fucking
and it
shit
was
show,
just
bro.
like-
It was one of the two.
When I
fam.
look at this team, I'm like, yo, we are solid everywhere. And for the longest, we'll play all the big boys, and they had like guys coming
Team,
off
yeah.
the bench.
Yeah, they
you
had
know?
team,
They
solid
always had guys coming off the bench. Now we have what, D Studge and Shaqiri off the bench.
They still don't
You
even
know
play
what I'm
though. They
saying?
didn't even
And
come
they
off the
still don't
bench.
even- you know what I'm
They didn't even
saying?
come
Like,
off the bench.
one
I'm
of
not
them
gonna
was
lie.
like, Origi, whatever you say about him, he bags. He's like,
With the Liverpool, I like the squad. I think it's the squad with the most balance I've seen.
yeah, I think it's the best team I've ever seen.
That's probably why it'll probably win the best team.
I think it's the best team I've ever seen. Like, for me, it's like that's Luis Suarez team was cold, but we had huge deficiencies, man.
I don't know, man. Luis Suarez, the joys he gave me watching him
For
as a
sure.
footballer was just crazy.
For
Like,
sure.
I don't get that same
What team do you think will win?
the
If
league.
they played that Liverpool team versus this Liverpool team, a 7-game series.
Oh, easily this Liverpool team. I'm not gonna. But we got Virgil van Dijk. That's the biggest
That's
difference.
my
We got
point.
Virgil though. Like
That's my point.
the big Virgil is actually unstoppable.
that is
bro.
my point.
Like, he's so cold.
You know
like.
what I'm saying?
When we first signed him, I was like, 75 million. I don't know anything about this guy. All I've seen him is plays for Southampton. Southampton were doing shit.
Yeah.
I see him put on the Liverpool top first game. I looked at this guy and I was like,
My God, he's
you're
a
my
beast.
idol.
He's a fucking
Literally,
beast.
you're my idol. I looked at him and I was like, this is everything I want to be as a centre back.
Everything. Like
Everything. Composure, pace, power, strength. He can head the ball. He's good on his feet. Bro, everything that you want in a centre back. He can pick a pass,
Everything.
bro. He can do everything.
Like, guy changed our defense overnight.
And literally, just came in and was like,
overnight.
I'm the fucking captain now.
Like, fully.
fuck you. Like.
fully.
And this is how we're going to do it. I'm with it. And he gets my PFA Player of the Year as well.
Yeah,
But just personally.
yeah. Like, I watch him play and I'm just like, you're so cold, bro. You're so cold. And it upsets me. The player that upsets me the most is Hendo. And like, man, them that know me, they know me good. Like, they know, like, I really don't fuck with Hendo. I really don't fuck with Hendo. Like, Hendo's like, there's one game, I think it was the United game. He gets it in midfield. He passes it back to the centre back.
Oh,
Van Dijk. Van Dijk
Over
hits a
and
40-yard pass. It doesn't make it, but he hits it.
Yeah.
I'm like, Hendo, you know that's your pass.
That's your job.
Like, next play, very next play, Hendo gets it, gives it
But-
to the centre back. Centre back does some, like, he faces his other centre back and then he passes it through the centre mids.
Okay.
And I'm just like, Hendo, why is your centre back
Making these passes.
making these passes and you can't?
It's so annoying.
And it's
fam.
like,
it's so frustrating to watch him go side to side or backwards.
Oh my
is all the
days.
time. It's just like, what are you doing?
Oh my day, so safe, so safe.
So annoying.
Like, and I don't understand why managers like love him. Like, for me, it's like
It's
there has
that-
to be things that he's doing at training that
Yeah,
are amazing.
Like reading like Steven Gerrard's book and a couple other footballers and stuff. Like, there's more to being that captain than there is just leading on the pitch.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like you have to do stuff in the dressing room and you have to
I hear
do
that,
stuff
I hear that.
outside and da-da-da-da-da.
I hear that, and you need those players.
Yeah, so I feel like he's one of those guys. He's probably just them teachers' pets, innit?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be suck up the teacher. I'm gonna be captain, fam. That's how it is, fam.
Whereas, like, for me, you're not good enough to be in our team. You're not good enough.
Personally, I agree.
Like,
What is our best midfield though? Fabinho, Wijnaldum, and Keita. They want to be racist.
Yeah. I'll say that. I'll put Milner in there for one of them.
Milner can maybe come off the bench. Might start at right back. I don't
Yeah.
know. He's just so fucking versatile.
I don't
James Milner
mind.
might get my player of the season as well because what he's given to this Liverpool team this year. Every team needs one. In my personal team.
Yeah,
In my personal
Milner's
team.
absolute class. So for me,
You need one of those man that can just slide into any position,
yeah.
cover up, take that role and just do it.
For me, he's one of the first names on the team
Nim,
sheet.
let me
like,
just put
every
this out
time.
there as well. Nim was Southgate Olympics, fucking James Milner. That's what he was.
Yeah.
That's what you were, fam.
Yeah.
You are James Milner, fam.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's Liverpool really. What else did I have?
But yeah, I hope on this Liverpool thing, I hope we can. I hope we can.
We will. Not hope. We will.
Really do.
Nim, we
really
will,
do.
bro.
Like, and for me, it's like if we do, I'm driving up there, bro. No, I don't know about you.
We're
I'm
doing
driving
it.
up there.
We're doing it.
I'm there.
Say no more.
I'm
You saw
there.
it here, and we think we know
Like,
sports first.
I'm driving up
Me
there.
and him are gonna come live and direct from that fucking parade.
Like,
fam.
yo, I'm driving up there, man. Like, so.
I'm on that, fam. But yeah, I don't mind doing that. We're still in somewhat Premier League.
Yeah.
Huddersfield and Fulham are gone.
Jeez.
But Wolves survived. Wolves came up and survived. They did fucking well, man.
Yeah.
Wolves are a fucking sick team this year.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed watching them play. They've been banging against all the big six. They've
Yeah,
been a sick team to watch. So, but Huddersfield deserved to go down. They were a shit show. So were Fulham. But Fulham bought pretty well.
Okay.
So when we first started the podcast at the beginning of the season, I remember clearly.
Yeah.
So you can hold me to this. We think we know sports. We don't fucking actually know anything. But I said Fulham would survive.
Okay.
And now that I look back
Who's
at
their
it, I'm like,
manager?
at the beginning of the year, it was some next guy. Then they had Claudio Ranieri.
I remember that.
And then he got fired as well. Now they had Scott Parker.
What?
Scott Parker is Fulham's manager.
That's crazy.
So that's how you know, like, bruv,
crazy.
what happened? They spent like 100 million as well. They bought like, what's that guy? They bought that midfielder. Can't remember his name.
They spent 100 million this year.
Yeah, they've spent peas, fam.
At the same time, these
And then they
days, I don't even know what's cheap or what's expensive nowadays.
That's what's
man.
mad about it as well.
Right.
But they're gone. Goodbye, Fulham. I'm a bit disappointed to see you go because it was like 3 points guaranteed when we played Fulham. I was never that worried.
Yeah.
I've never ever been worried about playing Fulham. It's just one of those teams. Same with Huddersfield, really.
West Ham as well.
Nah, I'm a bit worried shaky about West Ham now.
I love playing West Ham.
You really? I don't really like playing West Ham.
No,
sometimes they can show
no offense
up.
to my West Ham fans and West Ham fan friends and but I love playing West Ham, man.
I don't really find West Ham like that kind of team, fam. I don't enjoy playing West Ham.
I went to watch Liverpool West Ham.
West Ham and Palace.
Stadium.
Those two, I fucking hate them, bro.
Palace
hate
give me a heartache.
Palace all the time.
Palace definitely give me a heartache, but West Ham is I like it. Chelsea as well. Chelsea is an interesting one for me.
Chelsea's a good game always. Liverpool-Chelsea is a good game.
Yeah,
I don't know why. But we're getting that little City-Liverpool is a good game nowadays.
Yeah.
Well. That's becoming a little thing
I've
as
never feared them though. Like, do you know we give them the business.
Yeah, because at Anfield they can't hack it.
Like,
Then they can't hack it.
we
They haven't
give
won
them
there
the
for
business.
time.
But it's like they do show up and they're a certain threat. Like the thing about City when we play them is that they can score at any fucking time.
The problem is we can only talk about new City because this weren't the old. Like when you used to play City, definitely no worries.
Yeah.
Now you're looking at it and you're like,
yeah.
Liverpool have to show up to get 3 points, whereas
Yeah.
City could be average, then they can nick it. Like, that's how it goes.
And that's why that right there is why I don't have faith. Because at the end of the day, even time ago, before even while we were top of the league, I was like, every game for us
It's like a cup final.
is a cup final.
Yeah.
For them, 5-0, 6-0, and that's their cruising.
Yeah.
You know, that's their cruising.
Boom, boom,
you know, so it's like I was just like, yo, like
even now watching Liverpool like last game and stuff, I'm just like anxious. I'm like, bruv, you got to turn it on at some point. Like you have to fight for a title here. So
it's crazy because this is like I said, it's the best Liverpool team I've ever seen. And it's like if this team can't get it done, it's like for fuck's sake. Like,
bruv, do you know what? Yeah. Nah, it's just gonna be so peak, man. We can't go to a Europa League final, a League Cup final, a Champions League final, and get this close in the Premier League under Jurgen Klopp and lose all of them.
my guy, Leicester won the league. Leicester's won the English Premiership.
We're gonna win this league. I'm still putting it out there.
yeah.
I need to keep this energy up. Like I have to.
Like,
I
it's
can't.
crazy when I think about it. That league was fucking up for grabs.
I can't let that go.
That title was up for grabs, and Leicester just cruised to the fucking top.
Yeah.
So none of you guys won it. Okay. Say nada. Safe. Like
Literally, but that's
like,
what you need, especially for teams like Leicester, because they're not gonna like Leicester going up against City.
Yeah.
They're not gonna hack that title race.
Yeah,
They're not gonna hack the actual title.
Yeah.
The ins and outs of a title race are a lot deeper, I reckon. So, but staying on football, I just wanted to I just wanted to ask you your opinion on something. Obviously,
Yeah.
being a black male from London and that, you know.
Come on.
Obviously, this Moise Kean situation. Obviously, you played football and stuff. Have you ever experienced any racism or racial
On
things?
football, never.
Never.
To be brutally
Not
honest
grass. So
with you.
racism doesn't exist in grassroots football then.
Yeah, I've never experienced racism in football.
So it's something that's a lot higher up. It's obviously in these stadiums or whatever and blah, blah, blah. That's interesting, man.
I've experienced it in life, of course.
Yeah. I feel like most of us
like
have it.
fucking
Everyone.
a week ago.
For real? That's genuine.
Swear to you,
Oh my God.
Swear to you. Like delivering something to some old Italian lady. She don't even know shit. A negro.
No
a
fucking way,
I
fam.
swear to, like her husband's there embarrassed. The fucking care workers there embarrassed. I was just like, yeah, but that's your wife though.
These people still exist.
Yeah. Well, it was like
I can't believe
that
ignorance
was
is
like
this
last week.
is out here, fam, man.
You know what I'm saying? But
Last
never on the
week.
football pitch. Never on the football pitch.
It's so interesting. You'd think you'd find it there, especially some of the places we play as well. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, I feel you, but never. But at the same time, where we play and the areas we play in, if you start talking them thing there, it's very peak.
Yeah. Especially against our team, fam.
You know what I'm saying? It's very peak. Like, so
You're getting wrapped
people know better. So it's like, yeah,
That's
man.
true. No, because obviously the Moise Kean situation. What did you think of it?
You have to break it down for me.
So obviously Moise Kean is 19 years old. Yeah.
Okay.
Plays for Juve.
Yeah.
He's
Okay. Yeah.
Plays for Juve.
And then the captain.
Yeah, and then obviously he does his whole celebration. The captain comes out like
Break
a
it down.
waste man. And
Yeah.
he comes... All right, so let's break it down properly.
Yep.
Moise Kean is 19 years old, plays for Juve.
Yep.
He scores a goal in, I think, about the 89th, 88th minute or something.
Was
winning
it the game
goal.
winner?
Game
Okay.
winner. He's been subject to racist abuse the whole game.
It's Italy.
It's Italy. Happens.
Even the racist last week was Italian. But
there
anyways.
you go. Literally, there you go. There's a correlation there.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously he didn't even celebrate in a bad way. Man just literally stood there, looked at everyone, put his arms out, and was like, "What?" Basically.
Messi done the same thing, and in the Bernabeu took off his shirt and showed it to the Bernabeu crowd.
And we saluted that like that was a
Like
God
that was
statement. That
some
was a
God
God
shit,
statement. That was
yeah.
a God statement. Do you remember? They actually saluted it like it was a God statement.
That was some God shit. Yeah.
Bruh, that's so crazy. I didn't even think of it like that, you know.
I'm just freestyling now.
Literally, I did not. But that's so crazy.
Yeah, go on.
But obviously, so there's that, and then after he finishes celebrating, goes to the post-match conference or whatever. Bonucci, the captain, obviously comes out. He's like, "Yeah, wait, is Bonucci the captain? No, Chiellini is the captain. Bonucci just comes out, and he's like, "Oh, so I don't think Moise Kean is right in what he done. It's a 50-50, etc., etc."
Yeah, he had a part to play in it.
And I just find it.
So what was the racist abuse?
I think it was just the chanting, the monkey noises, and
as he's standing there.
I believe it. From what it was said, it was going on throughout the game.
Okay.
When you listen to like footage and stuff of like the commentary and stuff of that moment he scores, it's mad loud. Like you can hear it properly.
Okay.
So it's like one of them ones. Obviously he scores, so they're gonna start amplifying it or whatever. But I was saying to my guy Richmond yesterday as well. It's like I find like racism became a much bigger thing again.
Mm-hmm.
Like it became massively amplified, and I was like, "Rah! Like, how did everyone suddenly become racist again? Like, when the fuck did this happen?"
I don't think they've become racist again. I just think it's more in our face. It's more, and people aren't scared to talk about it no more. And for the uncomfortable people that are scared to talk about it, it's like we push it in their face a lot at this, and especially in 2019 and moving forward. It's like there's a lot of like I saw the reactions to everything, and that's what brought my attention to it.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Mainly Raheem Sterling's reaction to it, right? And it's like, I love Raheem, even though he left Liverpool. Even when he left Liverpool, I was out for like a month or two.
I was out for a season.
But he's such a cold baller.
He's a baller, and for like I can understand you're gonna make much better progress at City.
Yeah, and on top of that, I'm the young buck. Why the fuck should I be the best player? Like I'm 18, 19, and you lot want to put the whole club on my shoulders. Like, no, I want to go over there where I can learn something off people, not people learning off me. I'm not the best. I know I'm not the best. Let me go over there and get paid. and learn off Sergio, learn off David Silva, learn off Yaya while he was
the quality
there.
of the players
you
we
know?
weren't bringing in anyone.
Yeah. Them time they're there. Like, we just let go of Louis.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So he's
Just
going to
let
look
go of
around
Louis,
him and
like,
think, who we got fucking up front? We had Ngog.
let go
Fuck
of Louis and we told Raheem, you go up front.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's
stupid.
like, we had an aging Stevie G, like, where we didn't even play Stevie G against Real
Sturridge was
Madrid.
injured.
Like, Sturridge was in and out.
So yeah, I feel you.
But
But I hated him for a season because I was like, you fucking asshole. Why'd you go City?
For me, it was like 3,
And then
4
afterwards, I
months.
was like, I understand why you
yeah,
went City.
yeah. And then I just kept balling. So I love Raheem for what he's gone through and what he keeps like putting in the forefront. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a guy like Raheem. I don't think he really at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he really cares what people have to say. But there's a lot of backlash every time he puts himself out there. Like, yo,
Raheem, for me personally, I looked at it the other day, is the pinnacle of what a footballer should be right now.
yeah.
Genuinely, the press slate him. Man doesn't really say much. He just carries on doing his thing, balling out on the pitch.
Yeah.
Went and did his thing. Gave 500 tickets to those kids to go watch the FA Cup game as well.
Don't even know about them.
Giving back to his community and all that. Bruv, he's the pinnacle. How many footballers do we know that have? I've never heard of a footballer really giving out tickets like that.
Yeah. Trust.
And like, if every team, 20 Premier League teams did it.
Yeah.
Like, just got one player to do it, fam. Like, you're changing the lives of bare kids, fam.
Like, go to these primary schools. Yeah, there's bare primary schools around these football stadiums. I know there is.
Bare, fam.
No,
we
I
got
know
one
there
right
is.
up the road, White Hart Lane. We got no
I
bare
know
schools
there
around
is.
there, fam.
I know
Bare.
there is. So it's like, like serve the people around the community for sure.
So, with that, but with the whole racism thing, because then, like, what I realize is it's an ignorance thing, and it's like it's an aging. What you said is somewhat true. The reason I'm thinking of this now. The reason why I feel like the racism hasn't totally been kicked out, is somewhat what happened on Sky Sports. So on Sky Sports now, they had Gordon Strachan and they were talking about Adam Johnson, innit? Yeah. And obviously Adam Johnson's the paedophile brother. So
Cold
Adam
baller
Johnson,
Cold baller.
No, he's not. Shut up.
I
don't want to hear him. I don't.
Cold baller. Pedophile for sure. Done his thing with 50-year-old while you're yeah.
All right, he's so like Stuart Downing's a 71, Adam Johnson's like a 72. That's about how good he is, man. He's not that great.
You don't.
He was better than Stuart. He was better than Stuart Downing, but he wasn't that great.
You don't remember him, man. Like he was.
He wasn't doing much.
He had potential, man.
He had like
the
4 games.
Guy got signed for City, man. You forgot about that?
Shit City though. When City were buying anyone they bought Roque Santa Cruz, bro.
They also bought Robinho.
Yeah, but they didn't know what to do. They had more money than sense at that point.
Like,
Genuinely.
Yeah, for sure.
Genuinely.
But he was a feature for that City team.
Not that City team.
He was.
If I remember correctly, he was there when like Alano was there, right? And they had all them.
Them times there. Experimental.
Was it Giovanni or whatever? That
Yeah. All them times there. Like, but yeah, man. Like, done his thing with a youngin. So.
Nah.
But yeah, sorry, your point.
Yes. Oh, sorry. So Gordon Strachan basically came out and said he tried to justify. So basically, it was along the lines of, if you're not allowed to say anything to Raheem Sterling, you shouldn't be allowed to say anything to Adam Johnson.
What?
You see what I'm saying, fam? And this is what I'm thinking now. It's like, it's because we have these old, ignorant people with these stupid views sat on our TVs giving people information rather than giving a newer generation of young people. Brothers, I listen to Talk Sport as well a lot, and I have nothing against the people there, but I'm just like, you man are kind of aging, bro.
And that's the beautiful thing. Like, this generation, our generation is like, it's so sick. I love my generation.
100%.
I love my generation. I think our generation is sick because we're so open-minded. We're so like, we ask so many questions, and their old style of thinking is kind of gonna get pushed out. So when the generation after us come, they're like, it's gonna be interesting to see because like they're gonna be answering to us.
Yes.
So it's like, and we don't say, but
same view. We don't have those views that those people have.
At the same time, London is tiny, Britain is massive.
100%.
So it's like ethnic minorities are like what 7%, 10% of Great Britain's population. So it's like,
Yeah, but looking at it on the same scale, just using this as an example,
Yeah.
what we were just talking about. Ethnic minorities are 7%, but pedophiles are even less
okay.
of a percentage more than likely.
Okay, okay.
Yeah? So fuck Adam Johnson. He should be able to
Yeah.
get cussed, bruv.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
what,
yeah.
what are we talking about here?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's why I feel like their views there. So obviously, those older man. So even someone on Sky Sports. So them man, your Graham Souness's and all of those people, whoever, they grew up in an area where racism was massively more prominent than it is now.
For sure.
So for them, they can easily push it to the back
Dismiss
of their
it,
mind
yeah,
and just
yeah.
think, it happened then, it happens now, whatever, innit?
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
feel like that's where some of the problem lies.
Yeah.
Them man should be like, no, this is a problem, we need to stop this, etc., etc.,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. A similar incident, and this is where we can do our little transition now, if anything. Kyle Korver came out and he goes, recently I saw it, and he was like, I'm a white man, I need to start representing for the coloured people in the NBA and etc., etc. And blah,
Did
blah,
you read
blah.
the article?
I didn't read the whole article, I just saw like a quotation of it or something.
Do you know what happened with his teammate Cephalosha?
No.
That's what I need to know about. Because there's an incident that made him...
That made him speak about this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or something that led up to it, like a series of incidents.
Okay. But it's like, them man there, so he went out of his way to say, yo, like, I'm a white man.
Yeah.
I think what I saw of the quotation was, I'm a white man, I understand my white privilege,
Yeah.
etc., and I will use my white privilege to help those in the NBA and those surrounding people, blah, blah, blah. To be fair, you don't even have to do it. You just need to say it. It's there and out there now.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that like, you're there and you're available to
Yeah.
help or whatever. So that's it.
Yeah.
And I feel like we in football, we just brush it under the carpet more. Like rather
Right,
than
so
have...
What I'm deep in, the two parallels is Kyle Korver is a, let's say, 35-year-old white man that works in a predominantly black industry.
Mm-hmm.
Gordon Stratton is a 60-something, 50-something-year-old white man that works in a predominantly white industry.
Yeah, very true.
So it's like, and even like when I wider society and I go to these other people's houses and it's like in rich areas, I think to myself, you probably don't hang around or interact with a lot of black people.
Yeah, just it's an ignorance thing. Yeah, it's an ignorance thing.
When I interact with people and they're offish with me, I can tell. For whatever reason, I can tell you don't really hang around with too many black people.
Or
and
colour,
then when I come around people and they're warm or whatever, I find out like through conversation. I find out like, bro, like
they've travelled, they've had a friend
you know,
or someone,
like,
they know certain.
And I'm like,
about,
okay, that's why you're not so guarded.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's genuine an ignorance thing. It is true.
So when I think about the Gordon Stratton thing, it's just like
he did get sacked, to be honest, and that was a good move by Sky because it was.
He got sacked from
Yeah,
Sky.
he did.
He'll get another job somewhere else.
He probably will. Andy Gray's on fucking
Yeah,
one of them
that's
DMs.
the exact example I'm thinking of. So it's
he'll
like
find
he'll
a
get
job somewhere,
else.
but
I'm
it
telling
happens. But let's jump into the NBA because this is what we brought you here for, essentially.
Yeah.
That's the big part. The NBA season ended
Last night.
and as it ended, we said goodbye to Dirk Nowitzki and D Wade.
Legends still.
Very big legends.
Legends.
I'm just going to share a personal story. Like Dirk Nowitzki is actually one of my first introductions into basketball.
Okay, how?
So I was sat on YouTube one day and I remember just clicking through. I'm a big J. Cole fan. And I remember clicking through J. Cole and I'm going on J. Cole's page on YouTube. And there was a tribute video to the Dallas Mavericks that season they had won.
Okay.
Yeah. And I
A
remember...
J. Cole tribute video.
Not a J. Cole tribute, it was a Dallas tribute video.
Okay.
Like, but he had posted it, like it was on his YouTube page.
Okay.
So like he had liked it or whatever. I don't know what he did, but he liked it.
Yeah.
So I clicked on it and I was like, let me just watch this. Like,
Yeah.
and I watched it and Dirk was raining threes, bruv. I looked at it and I was like, this white guy is balling, bruv. Like, this is mad.
Bad boy.
And I was looking at it, I was like, okay. And then like, so that's my first sort of introduction into Dirk or whatever. And I was like, okay, cool. And then like, that was my first sort of introduction into basketball. I remember that was probably about 13 years old, 14 years old when I first watched that video.
Okay.
But we don't have access to basketball here. Like,
Especially back then.
yeah, exactly. Like, it's not
It came on like late at night at Channel 5.
really.
Like,
I didn't even know.
Yeah, it used to come on late at
I
night
had
at Channel
no
5.
idea. That was like, for me, it was like something I saw in movies, something that I saw
Yeah.
Americans do. Nothing really that happened here.
Yeah.
And then slowly I got into it, moved out to uni, and then I started deep in the ins and outs of basketball. But Dirk was the guy, man. Dirk was a sick guy, fam. So hold tight, you Dirk. You're a little European as well, man. I got love for
from Germany.
I love my foreigners or foreign players that go and break through into these like leagues and establishments. Like
because they're living your dream.
To a certain extent, like Manu Ginobili, I hold in high regard as well.
I feel you.
Like Tony Parker, Dirk, like all of these man, bruv, you man are like French, bruv. Like you're
French,
just going there and you're going there, you're balling, bruv.
Yeah,
you're actually balling. You're
making
dominating
a name for yourself.
Like you're an anomaly somewhat in your own country.
Yeah.
Then you're going to a whole different country where there's millions of people playing this sport.
Yeah.
Millions, and you still have 5 rings. That for me is fucking incredible.
I feel you.
It's fucking incredible.
I feel you.
So that's why for me, Dirk holds that little bit of a special soft spot for me. He's a European as well. But D-Wade, the Flash, is just the man. And I'm sorry to say this, but Paul Pierce, he's better than you, Paul Pierce, fam.
Paul Pierce makes me laugh because he's too gassed.
He's so stubborn, fam.
But for me, it's like what makes them two retiring at the same time is like their careers are like intertwined. Like both of them like done their thing in spite of the other, you know, like against each other. Yes. So like D-Wade wins his first ring in 2006 against Dallas. And then
I didn't know that he won his first ring.
Against Dallas. Yeah. By himself when he had no real teammates or whatever.
No, he had Shaq.
Nah, his first time.
Shaq?
His first time, no.
He's only won
3. Oh no, my bad. He did have Shaq, but Shaq weren't that guy.
It's like an aging Shaq, but you had Shaq in it, bro. Shaq is a beast, bro.
Shaq weren't that guy.
It's Shaq, man.
At the end of the day, like my man still won MVP.
Yeah. No, D-Wade's the truth, though.
You know what I'm saying? So
D-Wade is the truth. What I regret, or what I'm somewhat upset about, is that when I joined NBA, I started to see an aging D-Wade.
You didn't see the best of him.
I didn't see the best. I started to see. I somewhat picked it up when they had just lost to the Spurs.
Okay.
So when they just lost to the Spurs, and then LeBron's making this transition or whatever.
Yeah,
that season, that's when I got into it. So I was
I got into it that year. That year, LeBron said, "I'm coming home." Was the first year I watched the NBA season.
So it was like for me, and then I didn't really pay that much attention to D-Wade that much because obviously him and Bosch weren't doing well, and etc. And it was just I really wanted to see D-Wade come back to. When he came to Cleveland, I wanted to see.
I thought it was going to be.
I wanted it, man. I wanted it so badly.
I thought, oh shit, it's about to pop off.
I was like, yes, D-Wade, LeBron again. I'm gonna get to see this properly now for once.
Yeah.
But it was just a bit disappointing. I'm not gonna lie, it was proper disappointing.
But Dirk, when I watched videos of Dirk, like him winning his championship against both D-Wade and LeBron, it's like. The story is just so
phenomenal,
sick,
fam. He's so cold.
So sick, bro. Like
it's sick.
This guy comes from Europe, and there's so many questions about European players and this, that, and he breaks through. And
when I watched that video, I was like, yeah, this guy is Dirk is the truth.
Like there's a game where he's sick. You know, like the guy's actually sick. Like he's there trying to ball out, but he can't do nothing, and his teammates just come through for my man. Like. You know, and it's true. It's proper.
No, I hear you.
It's proper. It's a proper good story, man. Proper good story.
Shouts out Dirk, man. Shouts out Dirk.
Yeah.
But obviously, as I said, the season ended, so I wanted to do like a recap of like everything that's gone on in the season so far. Okay. You've got a best moment or something that was your favorite
so far?
Mm-hmm.
Of the regular season, best moment. Boogie coming back.
Really? Oh, you're a Warriors fan, I guess.
Yeah, I can't really think of anything.
Because that changed your season as well, I felt like Boogie coming back made you look gassed again. Like,
and on top of that, Boogie's one of my favourite players.
You really like Boogie? I don't like Boogie, man.
I really love Boogie.
I feel like as an athlete, you need to have a level of discipline that Boogie doesn't have.
But he's always been on bad teams. Mind you, in university,
not necessarily.
In university, he was on a good team.
Not necessarily always on a bad team. I thought the Pelicans suited him.
The And he didn't act up against the Pelicans.
didn't.
He didn't act up when
But
he was
then
there. He didn't win. He busted his Achilles and they didn't give him a contract.
They didn't give him a contract. Let me not lie.
You know, so it's like
gas that one still.
Boogie's a sick player, and just like them ones where you're just getting used to the NBA, just like learning the NBA, and you find this guy, DeMarcus Cousins, and you see 45 and 20 rebounds, and you're like, who the hell is this guy?
Bro, sometimes I used to watch, I'm like, what the fuck?
And you're just like, whoa, like he's just a freak of nature. Like
about Boogie was like for me, he's surprisingly like got handles. Like he's weirdly like
that's why
big.
They call him Boogie, man.
It's like he's weirdly big, but he's got handles. And sometimes, even in the perimeter, sometimes I watch him, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing there? And he's just he will sink it. And I'm like, what?
who do you think was better out of him and AD?
Who's better out of him? Who is the better player, or just in that short spell?
In that short spell.
In that short spell, I felt like Cousins was better off.
So did I.
Yeah.
So that's a big statement, though.
But AD's better. 100%.
I don't think so.
No, AD
I don't think so. I believe Boogie can do more things than AD. I just believe AD's more athletic. He's more athletic.
That athleticism is so key.
But
because when it comes to I'm shooting off now, take that shit to the rack, and you need to be able to.
Don't get me wrong. I hear what you're saying, because at the end of the day, if they're both on separate teams, my man will probably do his thing more than my man. AD will do his thing. All over him, yeah, but on the same team, for me it was clear to see that my man was better. Like DeMarcus was better because he could pass.
Yeah, DeMarcus
much better.
I think it's a more rounded game. I
feel like he's a better passer and he's a better shooter.
I can feel you on that one. I hear you. All right.
But yeah, my favorite part of the season is definitely DeMarcus coming back.
I think one of my favorite parts of the season, it was probably enjoyable because it let me know that there's crumbling. There's a point of crumbling. This isn't going to be another fucking all plain sailing. Was Draymond Green versus KD?
Yeah,
that was real funny to me. I enjoyed that so much.
As soon as it happened, I was like, that's not good. I was like, and I remember watching all the shows, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's not a big deal. It's not a big." I was like, "That's even if."
No, it was a bigger deal.
But it took like 2-3 days before everyone realized it was a big deal.
Because what I realized is, boy, KD gonna hold this, bro. He gonna remember this until that season ends, fam. You call me a bitch, bro.
For me, I because it was like we didn't get the news for like 2-3 days. So for me, it was like, as I saw it, because I remember watching like people like Stephen A, and they were like, "Oh, like it's not a big deal. I'm not like worried about it." Blah, blah.
I think it was seen as an argument.
Yeah,
and then it came out that he called him a bitch.
Called him a bitch and said, "We don't need you."
Yeah, whatever.
Like it's cold. It's cold.
And I've played team sports. If man said that to me, I'm not playing the same. I'm not. I can't do it.
Facts.
I can't. I'm not playing for you. I'm not putting my body on the line for you.
Facts.
Knowing that you call me a bitch, it's on side.
And to be brutally honest with you, like I'm watching KD these days, and I'm watching him ball out, and for him to have like 5 shots or like 7 shots, and don't get me wrong, I believe that's what the Golden State Warriors need from KD. 15 points, 9 rebounds, and 11 assists. You know, I think that's what we need from KD. Like we need the points from the Splash Brothers. And we need you filling in, right?
What?
I believe so. Because
KD's got to lead the team. And
No. Because at the same time, if KD leaves the team and them lot don't get their shots, they're out of rhythm. KD can get his buckets whenever.
Yes, 100%.
You understand? So them boys need their shots.
But KD needs to leave to lead a team.
Facts.
Literally.
I think he needs to leave simply because no one gives him the fucking respect this man deserves.
Because he needs to lead a team. You can't, you've got your 2.
Yeah.
Go lead a team, cement that legacy, and then no one will give. Like, once you get that one by yourself,
my question is, what you think Golden State Warriors are going to lose KD and just go to sleep?
Not that. What do you mean? Go to sleep? They're not on the same team.
They're going to be the same, but you think, of course, and it's going to be super hard to replace KD. Do you know what it would be?
You will be beatable. That's all it is.
My question is...
Right now, you're not beatable. You're on the basis that it's like anyone can catch a fire if all 3 catch fire, you're fucked.
Yeah.
If 2 catch fire, you're fucked.
Yeah.
And if 1 catches fire, you're still kind of fucked.
Yeah.
So you don't really have much. Draymond Green is pretty much a defensive player of the year every year.
Yeah.
He's a fucking cold defender. You have great talent that comes off the bench. Bruv, Sean Livingston doesn't get the credit that he deserves, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Neither does Andre Iguodala.
Yeah, facts.
Because them man are like, those are the... When I look at basketball, I look at those are the players you need to win a championship.
Yeah, facts.
That's people that come off the bench, especially recently when I've watched it. Yeah, Steph will catch fire and that, but then when Steph and them man are off the court, Iggy and Sean Livingston do their shit, fam.
Keeping the ship afloat. Quinn Cook stepping up.
And that's where the Warriors for me look dangerous. But that's why I feel like KD going, you're beatable.
I think we're beatable, but I just don't think. I need to see what like the teams look like when the dust settles.
Like right now, personally, the Warriors over 7 games are unbeatable.
100%.
I don't think anyone will beat them over 7 games, and that's why I thought
I was worried about OKC when they were when Paul George was in MVP form, MVP form.
Yeah.
I was worried about them because if we face up against them, there is an emotional aspect that I cannot take account for. So it's like they're just a wild card, but Houston, I am not worried about.
Yeah, I don't like them in the playoffs, and this is why I haven't watched much basketball, but this is definitely the time I'm going to start. I'm going to be on my basketball because this playoffs no Bron, no nothing. This is when these men need to step up, and I'm hoping to see some proper stepping up. Like, because Houston don't step up.
I'm not worried about Houston. Houston are trying to beat Golden State at Golden State's game, and you're trying to do that 4 times over 7 games. It's not going to run. And
I don't think James Harden can get to the free throw line that many times for them to beat him over 7 games. Let's just be honest, fam.
And that's what really irks me about James, bro. James Harden.
Will run into the free throw line.
Oh my days.
It bugs me a bit. And for that reason, I think Giannis is going to win MVP.
For me, Giannis is my MVP. Like, I watch that boy play, and I'm like, bro, like, there's no debate.
For me, I watch him, and I'm like, Joe, you are the most athletic player in this league right now.
There is no
debate. Bar none. You've actually carried for what I think is a very average Milwaukee Bucks team.
Yeah,
I feel like the only other good player is Chris Middleton.
Yeah,
and that's really about it.
They got Brook Lopez though. Brook Lopez is
he's on the right center. What's the other guy?
He's a feature.
Eric Bledsoe is not too bad either.
Yeah.
But I feel like he's taken them to what? I think they're number 1, right?
Yeah,
they finished number 1.
Number 1 in the East, best record. So best record in NBA.
And I think he averaged like 20 points. But he did his thing, man. I really think Giannis should get MVP. And Rookie of the Year goes to Luka Doncic for me.
Luka for sure. But
there's no buts.
I showed you about Trey, remember?
Yeah.
Like, I have so much faith in Trey.
I don't. I have faith in Trey's game in the long run, but as a regular season rookie, not MVP. As a regular season rookie, for Luka Doncic to come from Europe, playing in Real Madrid, to come to the NBA, a whole
and
new
be that guy,
and be that guy.
Guy.
And when I mean that guy, I'm talking you're pulling up step back threes in Kevin Durant's face.
Fam, he's so much that guy that they shipped out the other guy that they thought was that guy.
Who's that?
Dennis Smith Jr. You don't even remember about him. You don't even remember about him. Like, that's how deep it is. Like, literally. They shipped him out like quick. They were like, we made a mistake.
Luka is a baller, and I've been enjoying watching him play this year, 100%. I
haven't paid attention as much. I paid attention early.
With Trae Young,
I've been watching Trae.
Trae Young he's silky. He's proper. He's like a Steph. He's bare silky.
He's not like Steph. He's different.
It's silky. That's what it is.
They're different. They're very. It reminds me of when people compared J. Cole and Drake when they first came out. And like if you really listened, if you didn't really listen, you kind of was like, they're similar. But if you listened, you were like, no, they're not. They're not really. Like they're not the same. Trae and Steph.
They're not the same. Steph is who's going to go down as probably top 3 point guards ever, maybe.
He's disgusting.
Trae Young is only in the way he plays is a bit like it's a bit like Steph in that breakthrough season.
I think
It's like mad erratic. You don't know what he's gonna do. He's gonna fling it out. He's gonna throw it. He's gonna do an alley-oop, but you don't know what the hell's gonna come next, fam. Like,
I think because he can't shoot as good as Steph, he focuses on the passing, and his passing I think is excellent.
his passing has been sick. I think I remember there was one play that's in my head, but I can't remember exactly how it goes. But I remember him doing some sick pass.
Excellent passer. Right. But yeah, like Trey, I have faith in Trey. I have a lot of faith in Trey. But Luka, it's going to be interesting to watch these guys grow.
All right. We are kind of like running short for time though, so let's kind of wrap this up now. Let's do let's go quickly through the playoffs.
Yep.
So in the East we got the Bucks against Detroit Pistons. Who we got?
Okay. Buck against Detroit. Bucks for sure.
Bucks Detroit, yeah.
Yeah,
we got
Blake
Bucks,
ain't gonna play. Blake's not playing.
Cool. We got Celtic versus Pacers.
It's gonna be interesting to watch Celtics because we've been waiting.
What we got? We got Gordon Hayward. We've got Jason Tatum. Terry Rozier. You've got fucking Kyrie Irving. That's a decent squad.
Who's it? Celtics against who?
Pacers. Who's the Pacers?
Victor's down. Celtics gonna win that.
Yeah,
Celtics gonna win that, but it's gonna be interesting to see how they play.
Who else plays for the Pacers?
They ain't got no one, bro.
Where does Victor play?
Victor plays point guard.
No,
Shooting
Victor
guard.
Oladipo.
Yeah, Pacers.
For the
He's
Pacers?
injured. He's done for the year.
That's deep.
Broke his leg.
The 76ers versus the Brooklyn Nets. This one
easy,
hurts, man.
That's easy.
That's easy, but it hurts
Easy
because
money.
D'Angelo Russell deserves to be in the playoffs, bro. Shouts out you because the Lakers did not rate you.
It's not that. There was political problems.
Yeah, there was. He was a bit of a snitch, but you came back.
There was political problems. He came back, but it
came
weren't Lakers' fault.
It was.
It was his fault.
It was. Fuck Nick Young too. No, actually, I rate Nick Young still.
He's a champion, man. Put some respect on his
like
name.
Nick Young.
Put some respect on his name, man.
He didn't do nothing. He knew he didn't
Put
do
some
nothing for that.
what?
He didn't do
what?
much.
Put some
didn't do
respect
much.
on his name, man. He
didn't
got a
do
ring, man. That boy got a ring.
But,
Put some respect on his name.
Alright, so the last one from the East is the Raptors versus the Magic.
Raptors versus Magic.
Raptors got that easy. One more even thinking about that.
That's simple. Yeah, that's simple. Magic's are they're happy to be here. West Side.
Golden State versus the Clippers.
Easy money. We don't have.
Is Lou Williams still on the Clippers?
Yeah, we don't even have to travel.
Lou Williams is a baller, man. Nah,
we're all both in California. We don't even have to travel. Man. That's easy money. Easy money.
The Rockets play the Jazz.
That's a tough game.
Come on, the Rockets have got that, bro.
But in 5 or 6, that's a tough game.
Yeah, it'll probably be 5 or 6. I can see the Jazz taking at least 1 or 2.
Tough
Definitely.
game. Warriors will sweep past.
Portland Trailblazers and Oklahoma City Thunder is going to be a hard one.
Portland Trailblazers and Oklahoma.
That's going to be a hard one.
It's going to be tough for Dame though. It's going to be tough, man.
Dame and CJ against Paul George.
CJ's not there, bro. He might not be there. He ain't been there for the whole for a month now.
CJ McCollum?
Yeah. He's
what
injured.
reason?
He's injured.
Oh.
It's just Dame.
CJ McCollum's out here making podcasts online.
It's just Dame, man. It's gonna be tough for him.
Yeah, that'll be tough.
Who is it? Portland against who?
The Oklahoma City Thunder.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's Russell and Paul George, Steven Adams. I reckon they might take that. I'm afraid.
Respect to Russ for that 2020 game.
Yeah, still. Man.
Mad respect to him, but yeah, go on.
And the last one from there was the Denver Nuggets versus the San Antonio Spurs.
Oh, that's so peak for the Denver Nuggets. That is
really?
So peak for the Denver Nuggets.
I don't know.
They have a very big chance of getting bounced in the first round. They're so.
No, I don't
My
know.
thing is like,
I don't really like the Spurs.
My thing is like, they have LaMarcus Aldridge and DeRozan. It's like, and they're...
Do you know what they look like to me? They look like, how can I put it? It just looks aging. It just looks like
it does look aging.
It looks like it's
old school.
Yeah, it's too old school now.
But understand this. In the playoffs, them two have been there and done it.
Pop's done it, but Pop hasn't done it with this lot. He's done it with Manu Ginobili, Toby Parker,
I was referring to LaMarcus and DeRozan.
He hasn't done it with them.
Like, I'm talking about like being in the playoffs. These boys are babies. It's their first time. Yeah, the only person that's really been there is Isaiah Thomas, and he don't even fucking play.
I feel you there.
You understand? Like,
I feel you there.
You lock up the big boy.
It could work in their favor.
Lock up the big boy. Lock up the Joker. No one else. The snake will die. Cut off the snake's head and it will die, bro. All right.
That's fair enough. I can't argue with that.
I've seen DeMarcus bully the Joker, and after that, my ratings for him just fell, bro.
Nikola Jokic. I like the Joker though.
I like him, but I just think, man, you ain't ready, man. You ain't ready.
But yeah, so you're obviously going to go with the Warriors to win it, right?
Warriors, Dubs and foul.
Dubs and foul.
Anyone, man. Dubs and foul.
They're probably going to win it. I'm not going to lie. I'd really like to see someone else win it. If I had to put money on someone else to win it.
Yeah, my question. Go on. Sorry, go on.
I don't even pick a team to win it that I would like to see.
Who do you think is going to be in the finals against us? That's the question.
From the East?
Yeah.
Personally, I think it's either going to be the Bucks or the Raptors. Personally.
If you had to put your money on it.
If I had to put my money on it.
Because there has to. It's one of them ones where there's 4 and you have your faith in 2. But if you have to pick one.
I'm going to go Giannis because I want him to win MVP as well. So Giannis has to get it.
I don't think they're ready.
I don't think so either, but that's what I'm hoping for.
I think Boston Celtics are going to get there.
I'm one of those guys, as a Liverpool fan as well, I'm like a bit of a dreamer in it. I'm a hoper. I got a hope in it. Like I can't go with the thing. You have to go with the one with the.
I feel you.
So
the underdog.
Yeah. So I'm going with Giannis.
I think Boston Celtics are going to get their shit together.
That would be good. That would be really interesting.
Once the playoffs get here,
if they can get their shit together properly, they might give the Warriors a few games.
I think it's going to be a litty final if they get there. I actually believe they will beat us.
If they can, 100%.
And I think they're the only ones that have a chance of beating us.
Yeah.
Anyone else we see, Dubs and foul.
All right, but let's kind of wrap it up now. We've been going on for a while still. But let's go on to our last and my favorite segment of the week, which is Pitch of the Week, fam. Have you got one? Did you even think of one?
Pitch of the Week.
Basically, I'll give mine, innit? Mine goes to a brother called Cash Ali, his name is. He bit another boxer called David Price in a heavyweight bout in Manchester, I believe it was. No, Liverpool, sorry.
Wow.
It was in Liverpool. So both fighters get floored to the ground, and then obviously, as the ref has gone to break them up, this Cash Ali guy has just gone to bite at this man's stomach, and that shit is disgusting, bruv. It makes me sick, fam. I don't understand how these man, like, bruv, just take your L, man. You don't have to do this all kinds of stupidness, bruv.
Big chunk.
No, that's the video there, fam. So
big chunk.
And I was just like, just take your L, man. Why do you have to do all this stupidness, bruv? Like, now you put a fucking bad name on all brown people that try and get into these sports, man. Like, now we're not respected because we're just looking at some barbaric fucking bullshit.
Man wants to yam him, fam.
Like an idiot, fam. What is wrong with him, fam?
Man wants to yam him.
And look at him with his bullet. Look at him with his stupid bullet, fam.
That's wild.
I don't even want to look at that.
Yeah,
so Cash Ali gets my flipping pitch of the week for that stupidness because I can't believe that shit. But you got anyone?
My pitch of the week is the guy that killed Nipsey Hussle, man.
We're giving it all the way 100, fam.
Yeah, I'm still hurting off
Eric
that.
Garner, or whatever his name is.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Nipsey, man.
If I'm not mistaken, you ain't done a podcast since my man passed away. So
no, we haven't. We haven't.
So rest in peace to Nip.
We have rest in peace to Nip, obviously all day.
Yeah, man.
Because even the day it happened, literally, I remember Oyen. Obviously, shouts out Oyen. He's not here. Do you know what? Let me quickly put this in there. Fuck my co-host, innit? Yeah, I'm here with no fucking trim. Look at me looking like a fucking bum. Yeah. I'm still here to record my fucking podcast. Y'all motherfuckers just making up excuses, motherfuckers.
It's mad.
But yeah, I remember talking to Oyen and he was like, bruv, do you remember like being at uni and just like we were banging out that Crenshaw album? And I was like, fam, literally since he passed, like that's all that's been going in my head. Like literally banging those tunes.
When you listen to the lyrics, it means something different now, innit?
I listened to Blue Laces too. And it's crazy because have you listened to Blue Laces too?
Yeah.
Have you listened to the third verse?
The last verse, yeah.
Where he talks about his brother getting shot.
Yeah,
I was thinking, isn't it crazy that could be it?
Like the maddest thing is, like even like on a few of his songs, like one of his songs, status symbol with a new guy called Buddy.
Okay.
You know, it's, almost forgot where I was going.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and one of the I've been drinking.
Whatever.
It's
I know.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Big tune, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, who gonna die next? ain't trying to get elected. It's one of his bars.
Actually, I think I remember that bar.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, oh man, like for fuck's sake, bro. Like,
so crazy.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like
so crazy.
And it hurts, man. It really does, because he done everything right. He done everything absolutely fucking right.
Everything you were somewhat supposed to do.
Everything he was supposed to do as a street guy. You know what I'm saying?
100%. Because that's what like. Without getting too personal, I just feel like a lot of street men say it, but they don't.
Exactly.
And you know what I'm saying? That man that you saw putting action into motion. Like,
and everything. And the thing is, even before he got on, like his earliest videos, he's preaching like knowledge. Proper things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Earliest videos you can YouTube, he's preaching proper things, and it was always on proper things, always on.
To be honest, I think his funeral was today, you know.
Like,
I think I heard something that his funeral was today, fam. So.
Yeah, man, it hurts, but yeah, man.
Rest in peace, Nipsey.
My man is my pitch of the week.
Yeah, man. Fuck that. Fuck whatever his name is, bruv. Eric Garnos, whatever his name is, I can't remember. Too tough now, but.
Yeah, man.
Without further ado, it's been another episode of We Think We Know Sports. Check us out on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, whatever it is, at WFK Sports. You got anything to plug, Nim?
Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Nimzy. That's NXMZY. We out here, man. Thanks for having me. It was good, man. It was great. I want to be back. Let me know.
Obviously, and we'll playoffs. Well, when the playoffs finish or whatever, When
we win our third.
And Yang had something to say to you still, fam, because you know the voice note you sent me?
Yeah,
I sent it to him still, and I was like, hey, look, I told you I know more than you about basketball still. And he was like, no, get him on the podcast, fam. I was like, don't be here, don't worry, fam. So
yeah, man.
He had some smoke for you still, but
he was a date still.
But yeah, We Think We Know Sports. Peace.